Did I scare you? It's just me, Roberta, Pasta Evangelist, and today I'm going to show you how to make the perfect pasta for Halloween. Ragazzi, today we're making a very scary tortelloni with a double color dough. We start with a squid ink dough, and the ingredient that you need today is flour. Then I got the squid ink sachet. You can also use the powder and eggs. So the first things to do, guys, I'm going to remove all the ink from the little bag. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky. Make sure you get all out. And as you can see, guys, I have used a large plate just to make it easy. And then I'm going to add 2 eggs. Ready to mix, guys. Now we're mixing the eggs with the squid ink and the flour. And we are going to then move to the surface when we are starting to knead the dough. In a second, you're gonna see the beautiful and scary black color of the dough. So guys, you can see the crumbly consistency now. It's everything okay. It's just we need this consistency before we are moving to the hand kneading of the dough. You can see the bits of the black. In a second, you will see that the dough will be one nice black color. Now you can also see a little bit of orange from the eggs. You can use your hand, guys. I just found with a fork at the first few stages it's much better, otherwise your hand they're gonna be full of ink. Ragazzi, can you see the scary color of the dough? Now I have moved it to the surface and start kneading by hand, as you do with any dough whenever you make pasta. Just remember that the squid ink can be a little bit strong in smell, but don't worry. First of all, it's gonna taste amazing, and when you cook the pasta, part of the smell will just go away, and as I say, you will just keep the flavor of this amazing pasta dough. After 15 minutes of kneading the dough, is now ready. I'm just gonna leave it to rest, guys. It's very important to rest the dough, otherwise it will be difficult for you to stretch. And I leave aside, and now we are ready for the second dough, and it's going to be orange. And this time I can start straight away from the kitchen counter. What I'm going to use is flour. Then I have some carrot powder to get the nice and orange. You can get also different powder, as long as they're orange, so we can celebrate Halloween. And eggs. Guys, I have showed you already 100 times, but I wanted to show you again. It's very easy. You simply have to mix all the ingredients together. Especially when you use the powder, guys, it's very, very easy because you got no liquid. You just got the 2 classic eggs, which we're going to break in the middle. Use a fork for the first few stages, just to get, to don't get your hands too dirty. And we are going to place the eggs in the middle. We are going to add the powder because we want to do a nice and orange color today. As I say, today I wanted to use the carrot powder. You can also use a pumpkin puree. Just be careful when you use liquid to don't add too much eggs. It can be a little bit tricky. And now, guys, a little bit on the, but that's fine. You just need to mix all together. You're gonna see now in a second the beautiful orange color. You can actually already see with the eggs. So we have used really nice and good quality eggs as well. This will help also with the color. You mix all together until you reach the, I always say scrambled eggs consistency, which is basically when the eggs absorb all the flour. And you continue until you can see that most of the water from the eggs has been absorbed, and you can start kneading by hand. Let's get the spiders here. Let's get the spiders now. Let's get the spiders around. Look at the color, guys. I love it. Look how nice it is, really nice and orange. And also the orange dough, guys, is ready. I have kneaded for 15 minutes, and now we're gonna also leave it to rest. We cover it and we rest with black dough. And I'm gonna show you in a second the tortelloni, guys. Guys, we start with the black dough because it's going to be the base of our tortelloni. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stretch in batch. So I'm going to use a half of the dough, and of course with the pasta machine it's going to be easy for you to roll it out in a very thin dough. So I'm just helping with let me get also, guys, always remember to keep these. If you have to use it straight away, you can leave it on the kitchen counter. If you want it to use in 10-15 minutes, remember to cover it. At the moment it's fine because I'm going to use all. So guys, I'm going to just flatten a little bit with my hand. I add flour because it was just a little bit sticky. Now that the black dough is ready, I'm just gonna leave it to rest for a little bit and we can move to the orange. Again, I'm just gonna use a half of the dough. And because I need just half of this dough, I'm gonna use the other half later. Then yes, I will just keep it in the paper and leave aside. If it's too soft, remember, just a little bit of flour, you flatten with your hand, and again, we're gonna use the pasta machine. I have showed you before from number 0 up to number 6. And I have the setting of the pasta machine, which is going to cut, this is for linguine, it's gonna cut into very little strands. Sorry about my accent, I don't know how to say these words, but you got it. How spooky. I forgot to say the word spooky. Guys, it's beautiful, huh? Say something again. And now, guys, we are going to just leave a little bit of flour because they're very soft and they can just stick together. So just place a little bit of flour so it can separate easily. And we are starting to create now the double color dough. Ragazzi, we are ready now. We need to assemble the pasta. We need to shape now. So what I have created, as I showed you, this is made with linguine cutter. You can do also larger. I really wanted to do a little orange line, which I'm going to place all on top of the black dough. Now, you need to just I won't suggest to rush too much in this process because I want you to really create a nice space between the orange and the black. Ragazzi, that's the stage that you're going to end up. So we have make sure that all the little linguine, they are really attached to the black dough. Now, to just make sure that it's going to be really printed on the black dough, I'm going to help myself with the rolling pin, just in order to make sure that the linguine are really nice and printed to the dough. You need to really spend a few more minutes just to make sure that, you know, it comes really perfect. And now, guys, once we have used the rolling pin, you can simply go to the last, not the last setting, you go to number 5, but then you going to roll again the dough to make sure that then it's going to be completely printed. It's so beautiful. It is nice and printed. And now we can start to shape the tortelloni, guys. Now we have to cut it in square. I will do a pretty large square. I really like the large tortelloni. I do have a tool which will help me to just getting through and cut into square. If you don't have, guys, you can simply use a knife and make sure you create a square. I'm going to do upside down. And this is important because you're gonna feel it, and then you want to create then the tortelloni face with the two color. So we carry on. I have prepared the filling. So tonight the filling is simply pumpkin puree with I have added parmesan and a few tablespoons of ricotta just to make it a little bit more creamy. And we are going to add the teaspoon to each tortellone. I don't normally add more than 1 teaspoon just because it's going to be tricky for you then to close it. I folded it, and now I'm going to simply shape it. And you continue with all the tortelloni. I'm going to add just a little bit of filling in the middle. Now we fold it in half. We press just a little bit, just to create a nice belly to the tortellone. I normally press with 2 fingers, not too hard, otherwise you will break the dough. And now you have to use the thumb and the index to just close the tortellone around. And that's what you're gonna get. Leave it to rest. Ragazzi, our spooky tortelloni are ready. It's a double color dough filled with pumpkin and ricotta. I hope you enjoy. Happy Halloween!